Well, hello, boys and girls. It's your favourite grumpy granny from Grogy's Patch, and I am back once again. And it's an oh no today. And I want to tell you a little story about something that can happen when you are a reseller. This is something that happens in Australia with our shipping through Australia Post. Now, it very likely could happen to you overseas, internationally, with one of your things, because I'm sure it's something that doesn't just happen uniquely in Australia. But I just want to tell you what happens and how is the best way to handle it. So yesterday, and this thing has happened to me 3 or 4 times. I had to go and put a jumper on. It's a bit chilly today. Anyway, yesterday I packed up all my weekend sales and had them all delivered down to the post office, and the staff member scanned them all while I was standing there and took them off into the back room ready to be put on the truck. Then later that night, I get a message from one of the buyers. Now, you may remember the Thomas the Tank Engine books that I mentioned in yesterday's little nugget. And so I had sold them, and they're off to, can't remember where they're off to, but anyway. So I get this message from the buyer, and it says, "Can you please get back to me as I'm confused about my order? I paid for delivery charge to Noble Park 3174. Email says delivery's been made to the post office for pickup. Regards." Now, she didn't actually say which post office it was ready for pickup at, but look, I knew I'd only just delivered them to the post office, so I knew straight away what the problem was. So what do you do about this, and what is it? It's very simple. What can happen is if the post office worker isn't concentrating, or the person scanning your stuff isn't concentrating. Now, just say you walk into the post office, there's someone in front of you that has just picked up a parcel that has been sent to them. The post office is going to scan that parcel as delivered before they take it, so that it shows up in the tracking as having been delivered to the person. Now, if that happens and they don't reset the scanner to received when they scan my parcels, because they are receiving them, then we are going to get something that looks like this. And I'm just going to swap over to a different screen and show you what the tracking. So here we are having a look at the tracking details, and you can find this out for yourself by going into the actual order for the item, and then you just look at the click on where it says track package. Now you'll see here I delivered it to the post office, and it's already saying that it's ready for pickup, and it says here shipping information received by Australia Post, which is when I bought the label, and now it's saying that it's awaiting for collection at the Donald Post Office, which I know is not possible because I only just posted it. So that's what it'll look like on there. So the best thing you can do when you get a message like this from the buyer is go and check the tracking and make sure, is that what the case is? Because you don't want to mislead them if that is not what it is. So that's the first thing. And then, what do you do? So not long after that, I then got another message, and I will show you that one. Just bear with me. Oh. Right, so the next message I got was from someone on Depop. I'd sold a particular pair of green jeans, which I'll show you in a sec if you like. It says, "Hey Leanne, thanks again for the order. However, when I track it in AusPost, it says it's waiting collection for me at the Donald LPO in Victoria, question mark. So again, there is an issue." Stop sharing. Whoops, I did stop sharing the. So what to do? Don't panic. That's the main thing. Just send them a message explaining the situation. How to explain this to a customer, that's the thing that I struggled with for quite some time. And because it's happened a few times, I've sort of got this notepad that I keep on my desktop, and I just have all different sorts of things in it that I need to sometimes cut and paste. And this is one of them. So it actually says, thanks for reaching out. I do extend my apologies for any confusion. However, please be assured that your jeans are on their way to you. Now, that first sentence is very important. You're apologising, plus you're also reassuring them that their parcel is on the way. Then you need to explain a little bit what's happened, because just saying that the jeans are on their way may not be enough for some people. Pretty sure it wasn't enough for the Thomas the Tank lady, because, yeah, her messages were interesting. I got another one after I'd sent this, or before I'd sent this, when I said that I would check it out and get back to her. So the rest of the message goes, unfortunately, a staff member at my local post office has inadvertently pressed the delivered button on the scanner instead of the received button. This has happened a couple of times before and will usually rectify itself once the parcel is scanned at the next location. Now, there's a couple of things in that little thing. So you don't want to specifically blame anyone. So just say a staff member at your local post office. And then rather than trying to say, oh, look, they probably received a parcel, they probably delivered a parcel just before I came in and they didn't reset the button. Look, they're not going to understand any of that. But just saying that they pressed the wrong button just makes it easy for them to understand, because it's the same result. And then you want to tell them that it's going to fix itself, that they know that it'll sort itself out. Then you want to again reassure them that you are keeping an eye on it. So then you go, I will, however, put it in my AusPost shipping alert so I can keep an eye on it, and I will touch base with you if the parcel hasn't been delivered in the expected time frame. Again, my sincere apologies for the mix-up. Regards, Leanne. So there you go. That is what I put. You can put something similar to that, or ask one of the AIs that you can use. Now, my one thing I am going to change is that I have a new staff member. And in future, that staff member, and his name is Owen, and he is the one that is going to be answering those sorts of messages for me. Now, before I show... just bear with me a minute. Well, that was life, wasn't it? My own fault, because I didn't put my phone on silent while I was recording. Anyway, so if you do that and send them a nice professional message, and I'm just showing you the reply, and then I'll show you the jeans that I sold before I actually show you my new assistant, because the only thing I'm going to change on my letter is that my assistant is now going to respond to those messages. And so when I sent the message back to the Depop person, they said their response was great, and I'll put that up on the screen for you. So they said, all good. I thought it would happen, to be fair. It happens at my local one too, all the time. Haha. Just wanted to double check. Thanks again and enjoy the rest of your day. So they were great about it. And I then responded and said, well, thanks for being so understanding. Have a great day, type stuff. So it's very simple. And if you do that, then you're going to avoid them panicking, you panicking, all the rest of it. So it's just a matter of dealing with it. I'm just going to show you these jeans here. So these are a pair of vintage drill. Did I show you these before? Can't remember. Maybe I did. So there they are. $29.88 vintage Australian grade drill workwear pre-shrunk. There we go. Plus post, of course. And there's the pictures that go onto Depop with the measurements on the last ones. So that is those. I'll just stop sharing that. Come back. Oh, what a stuff up with that. Phone calls really, buggered me up, hasn't it? Oh, and I was going to show you my new assistant, wasn't I? Okay, just bear with me and I will show you. So here's my new assistant, and his name is Owen. And as you can see, he's got his little name tag there and his little grumpy granny written underneath his name tag. So yes, look, a bit of fun. Decided I'd have an assistant, and I asked the AI to create an assistant for me. I gave them a few simple instructions, like I'd like a buff male who's wearing a check Western shirt, pearl snap, with jeans, sitting at his desk, wearing glasses, wearing a headset, and this is what they gave me. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? All right. So that's it, boys and girls, just how to deal with that situation. And yeah, it's just handy to know that that is something that can happen and just to be aware of it. And I will. Well, book club tonight. Anyone that is interested in my Discord, you can come along to my book club tonight. The link to my Discord is in the instructions in the description of this video. And you can come along and we talk about all things reselling, book reselling. And we have a special surprise guest tonight that has a very interesting story to tell and something we should take heed of and very interesting to listen to. And then we will have a general chat about and find out what things people want to know about reselling books and try to help out as much as we can. So that is it. And I will see you tomorrow.